going to take time out of your camp to watch the fight this weekend with Ramirez and Taylor?
Yeah,
or
no.
Are you the type to just focus on what you got going on?
No, I'm focused, but I definitely I want to check out that fight. We got two. There's gonna be a unified champion, and that's who given I'm not looking over tank or anything, but given everything goes as planned, that's the winner of that would be the person I'll be gunning for.
Who you have winning that fight?
Who do you have in that fight?
I'm leaning with Ramirez just because the pressure he puts, but Taylor he's a great boxer, and he can present a lot of troubles too with Ramirez.
If you're victorious in this fight with Tank, right, 140, do you believe that after the Ramirez and Taylor fight, that you might have some type of play in the game, to fight for one of those titles?
Yeah, no.
Depending on how it all plays out.
Yeah, depending on how everything plays out. Again, I ain't looking over this fight. I'm focused, just on Tank. But like I said, that's the ultimate goal. Is to be champion. Unified in the division. So like I said, that's who I'm gonna set my eyes on after.
Since Tank is moving up, is there any pressure to get a stoppage or a knockout?
No, I don't think so. If anything, I feel like the pressure's on Tank because he has to prove that he can bring that power with him, that he can handle being at 140 and being in there with the bigger fighter.
Mario, I gotta ask, man, what did you think of Jake Paul snatching Mayweather's hat like that?
Man, I haven't really been too keeping up with the circus too much,
But you seen that?
Yeah, no, I saw that, man. Like you can't help but see that when it's all over everything. But like I said, I think it's a circus. But they're making their money, so I can't knock it.
Now, as the WBA regular, are you getting a rematch clause?
That's a good question.
You looking at him? He was the advisor, manager? Beautiful.
Yeah,
Did you ask for a rematch clause, or does Tank walk away with the belt if he wins?
We basically left that up to Al Heyman, my business partner Louis DeCubis, and they'll make that decision if they haven't already made it up to this point.
Barrios, how you feel about the possibility that a rematch clause may not be there?
I'm not looking at that too much. Again, I'm just focused on the fight that we have lined up. I'm not focused on anything else after that.
Now, you spoke about Ramirez Taylor winner and wanting that, but do you feel that a win over Tank is bigger than a win over those two? And I feel like you beat Tank, they're gonna want to fight you anyway.
I don't feel like either one of those is higher than the other win. At the end, like I said, at the end of the day, there's gonna be a unified champion at 140. And but a win over Tank, that's huge. That's huge for me.
Now, if you beat him, would you advise your manager to try and get the Ramirez winner, postal winner, or would you offer the rematch? Do you think a rematch with Tank is even bigger?
Again, we just gotta see how everything plays out. But like I said, I'm fighting the unified champion at 140. That's the ultimate goal.
I like that you got goals, man. You're not just looking for the money, right? Because those guys aren't on pay-per-view. This is pay-per-view. You upset, the next one is even bigger. So
I can say one thing about this kid. I've had him since day one, and obviously I managed Robert Guerrero, I managed Alexander Lara, I managed a lot of top fighters in the sport. And one thing I can say about this kid, not one time ever has he ever turned down an opponent. Has he ever came to me and said, well, maybe this, maybe that? Not one time. Whoever you guys put in front of me, I'm ready to fight. And that's the type of kid this is. It was no different with Robert Guerrero, moving up 6 weight. He started as a 122-pounder, fought Floyd as a 147-pounder. He has the same mentality as this kid. Never questioned who he's going to fight, when he's going to fight, where he's going to fight. That's why, we came here. They wanted to fight in Atlanta. Fine, we'll have the fight in Atlanta. So that's the type of mentality that this kid has. And that being said, I think there's no doubt that Tank is the bigger fight than Ramirez or Taylor. from the standpoint with his knockout streak, from the standpoint of what he brings to the sport, the dynamics of the sport. You know, having guys like Odell Beckham showing up to his locker room and is almost like a cultural icon. So from that standpoint, with boxing, there's no doubt this is the bigger fight. And I think the winner of this fight goes on to be a real star in this sport.
What was your reaction? You know, let me ask you this about him being a champion. You know, he's a regular champion. You didn't suggest his hometown, since he's, you know,
definitely
Tank is fighting for his title.
Yeah, definitely we would like to do it in his hometown, but right now, you know, obviously, with everything that's behind him and the powers that be are behind him, and like I said, the dynamics that he brings to the sport. You know, he's already done a pay-per-view with Santa Cruz, which was in San Antonio, and what he brings to the sport. You know, sometimes those things are the way they play out, and we're gonna have to do the fight here.
So you
know, maybe we can do the rematch in San Antonio.
Okay. All right.
How excited were you when you got the phone call? Because obviously you received the call before Barrios.
Really happy for the opportunity of this kid, because I know how hard this kid has worked, and you know, opportunities like this, they don't come around often. And when you do, you got to take advantage of it. It was no different than when we had Laura getting the opportunity to fight Canelo. You know, so when you get those type of opportunities, you got to jump on them. And so I was really excited for the opportunity of this kid. And like I said, I feel Tank, pound for pound, is one of the best fighters in the world. I feel he's probably the most dynamic puncher right now there is in the sport. And that being said, it's a great opportunity for him.
Barrios, man, can I hear you say you're gonna make them pay for picking you?
Nah, yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, I'm gonna go out there and handle my business.